It's like someone else just joined in. Who just joined?
Hi, it's Susan.
Hi, Susan. Sorry about that.
Oh, that happens. No problem.
So we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for joining. Tonight's topic is essential oils for the summer. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I'm just having technical difficulty after another. Why does it say I can't open that? There we go. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Awesome. So it's summertime. Wednesday, the 21st, is the official day of summer. So this topic will just kind of go through some things that I think are really important on incorporating throughout the summer use. So of course, core nutrition is super important, taking care of your body all year round, good food and lots of water. We all know how much I love the Lifelong Vitality, which is our vitamin supplement. This fuels your body with nutrition and supports your skin and your cellular levels as well. So your alpha CRS, that's going to support healthy inflammatory response, supports cellular immune function, supports mental clarity and healthy brain function, supports cellular energy by supporting healthy mitochondria and by supplying metabolic factors of energy production. So this one is really good one for me especially. I know if anybody's like me in today's world where there's just so much going on at all times between work and life and family and free time and whatever it may be, there's always a lot going on. I feel overstimulated a lot of times, which is why I love the vitamins because they really help support me, but also using some essential oils, which we've talked about on other calls, that just really help ground me. The MVP, your most valuable player, is your food nutrient complex. So that fights free radicals with antioxidants A, C, and E, supports healthy metabolism and cellular energy, supports healthy digestion, and it provides 22 essential vitamins and minerals to support normal growth, the functioning of maintenance cells. Your E omegas, this is your 369s, and it comes from a wild, sustainable calamari, and it promotes healthy skin, supports healthy joint function and comfort, supports cardiovascular health, supports muscle strength and endurance. So to me, the vitamins are just a really big part of our day-to-day life. We take them every single day. We sleep better. We have better energy. I feel like my stress levels are a lot more manageable and decrease quite a bit. Overall, it makes your body feel really good. It is our #1 product. So if there's anybody on the call who have not tried the vitamins, I would definitely encourage you trying them and take them for 30 days. It's a 30-day supply. And then when you stop taking them, when you run out of that 30 days, wait about a week and see how you feel. And if you don't feel any difference, you send back the empty bottles and doTERRA will refund you your money. For me and my family, we've seen just a huge improvement on us taking them. If you are somebody who has a lot of joint and muscle pain or like back pain or any kind of pain in your body in general, these vitamins are essential for you. They really, really bring down that inflammation. The Mito2 Max, providing extra energy and keeping up with barbecues, travel, life, everything that we're doing during the summer that keeps us busy. The Mito2 Max is a great way to just boost your energy in a natural way. So you could take 2 a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. My dad has completely cut out his afternoon coffee by replacing his coffee with the Mito2 Max. They really are just a nice energy booster without the caffeine from, a soda or a Red Bull or any of those energy drinks. So if you're somebody who needs a little boost, this would be a great product for you. So of course, sunscreen is super essential. doTERRA has yet to come out with a sunscreen, but convention is this September, and every year in convention, we announce new products. So possibly something may be announced this year. We never know. We're always hoping. But if you go to the EWG, which is the environmentalworkinggroup.org, if you click on that hyperlink, and I'll send this out to everybody, that's a great place to find some really good, clean products. Sunscreen is rated, on safety as far as chemicals go, but also based on the sun protection. So that's a really good place to go and find yourself a nice, clean product, because when you're using sunscreen, which tends to have a lot of chemicals in them, we've talked about it on our hormonal calls, that those chemicals that you're putting onto your body through sunscreen or lotion or perfume, anything synthetic, it really bogs down your liver and your kidneys, and it goes right through your body. I mean, your body's absorbing those. So when you look for a sunscreen, try and find one that's pretty clean that will also protect you, especially for here in New Mexico. Our sun is so strong that you really want to make sure you're protected. And then a hat that shades a face. Protecting your skin and especially your face will help all those aging and, fine lines. And for those on the call who have little babies, make sure your kids wear hats, and that they have sunscreen on them too. So during the season, of summer, I feel like you get hit really hard in the fall with that cold and flu virus, but then it always seems like the summer, whether it's kind of the beginning or kind of in the middle, everybody always kind of gets sick again, and it's not as drastic and it's not as worrisome usually as the cold and flu virus, but making sure that you're prepared for any seasonal threats. Lemongrass is awesome oil to help with environmental threats. It's very, very good for your immune system. On Guard, of course, is our protective blend. And this On Guard is absolutely amazing to help fight off any germs and bacteria. In fact, there was a fifth grader who did a science project, and he had petri dishes, and there was 4 petri dishes, and he collected chicken poop from his chicken coop. And he had 4 petri dishes. One was On Guard, one was Clorox, one was Lysol, and one was just the control sample. And his science project was on if essential oils work or not. And the On Guard was the only thing that killed the bacteria in the chicken poop petri dishes. It was absolutely amazing. I don't know if I can find the picture here on Facebook to show you guys really quick. And this is what it's doing when you clean your house with it, when you're diffusing it, when you're cleaning, your shower and your tub. This is what On Guard's doing, you guys. It's great oil to protect your immune system all the time. Let's see, it's the wrong album. Here it is. So here's the On Guard sample, here's Clorox, here's Lysol, and here's just the control sample. And to me, to have that On Guard kill almost all of it, you see a couple little specks there. I mean, it's just amazing at how well it got rid of that. Oops, wrong one. Oh, what am I doing here? Here we go. I think somebody has a comment. Christina said, I love that experiment. Yeah, it was pretty mind-blowing to me. So, making sure you're diffusing On Guard, taking On Guard internally every day. We take a drop every day. We diffuse it a lot. We use the hand soap. We use the toothpaste. We use the multi-purpose cleaner to clean down the whole house. So eucalyptus, breathe, melaleuca, and lavender are all also very important to have to keep your immune system strong. So camping, the Correct X, if nobody has tried that, I definitely encourage you guys to try the Correct X. It comes in a little tube. I don't have mine with me in the office. It comes in a tube like Neosporin does. And it is basically like a natural neosporin in there. It's called liquid stitches is what I like to say. It if you cut yourself, and you're bleeding, if you apply that on there, it immediately stops the bleeding. So you can actually see how deep the wound is if you need stitches or whatnot. But it also has oils in there that are going to help it from becoming infected and also from scarring. So last year, when Parker was first learning how to walk, they grab onto anything they can to provide them some stability. Well, he grabbed a hold of this little like nightstand kind of, and there was this big heavy silver vase on there from Nambe. I don't know if anybody knows Nambe, but it was very, very thick. And it's a tulip vase, and so the ends of it are very sharp. Well, it fell over and it hit him in his eyebrow, and blood was gushing. And first time mom, I got really nervous. I'm like, oh my God. And of course I'm home all alone and like, oh my God, what do I do? Does he need stitches? How deep is this? And I grabbed a paper towel and held it on there, while I found the Correct X to make sure it wasn't bleeding too much. And I put Correct X on there, and immediately it stopped the bleeding, and I could see it wasn't actually very deep. It was just a lot of blood. And it didn't even scar. It was absolutely a very nice ointment. We use it for everything. So taking it camping is very important. So if you cut yourself or if you get a scratch or, camping, you're out in the wilderness, you always want to be prepared. TerraShield, that actually comes in an oil and it comes in this new spray bottle. And I just ordered 2 of these. I do not want to be without TerraShield. This is our outdoor repellent. So this is going to fight off fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, any of those annoying little creatures that love to visit us during the summer months. Take your TerraShield everywhere you go. It's safe for kids. It's safe to put on pets. We put it on our dogs when we go hiking. I put it on the dogs right outside because we kind of live close to the river in Albuquerque. So, you never know where they're going to travel, but this is awesome. And I use this and I have never been bit once while using it. And it's a lot safer for you instead of using, like off or bug off or DEET or any of those things. If I'm going somewhere where there's going to be a lot of water or tend to be more like tick and mosquito heavy than just, in our home area or, on a small hike or something, I'll actually add this to a glass spray bottle similar to this, just like a spray bottle. And you can buy these online or at the store. I'll add that TerraShield to this, and then I add a little bit more. So I add Arbor Vitae and also lemongrass and cedarwood, because those will just make it a little bit stronger. But if you're just, at home or in the backyard or, somewhere where it's not going to be too infested, the TerraShield is perfect. Have your Deep Blue, whether it's the oil or the rub. When you wake up from camping, especially if you're tent camping, you'll feel a little sore and achy. So you definitely want to have that to massage into your muscles. Melaleuca you want to take. Again, if you have any like cuts or scrapes or anything like that, Melaleuca is great to help support that. Definitely take some Digestin, as we're grilling or things are sitting in the cooler. It's always good to have Digestin in case you come down with an upset stomach or you ate something that was just a little funky and isn't agreeing with you. I definitely like to take my Digestin with us. Peppermint is very cooling. So I love to take peppermint, and if you get really hot, depending on where you are camping, you could put some peppermint on the back of your neck or on your chest or even on the bottom of your feet, and that will bring down your temperature. You could also add a little bit to your water. Lemon oil is great because it's like a disinfectant. It's very cleansing, so you could have lemon oil there if you don't have access to, bathrooms readily available. When you're getting ready to eat, put some lemon oil on your hands, drink lemon oil in your water to make sure you're cleansing and detoxing your body. On Guard, again, you just never know. I never really tend to leave the house without On Guard. Same thing with Breathe. Lavender's great for, bug bites, bug, scrapes, sunburn. Also peppermint, if you have like some annoying ants, peppermint, a couple of drops of peppermint on those ant hills will take the ants right away. And then Terrazyme. Terrazyme is our food enzyme, and I take that every single day as it is, but if you're going to be going camping and kind of overindulging, that will just really help digest your food a little bit better, and just allows you to feel, more comfortable as you're out in the wilderness, especially if you're going to be active out there. So boating is pretty similar. I tend to feel extra relaxed anytime I'm on or near the water. Something about the water is just very soothing. So the TerraShield, again, to keep those bugs away, peppermint so that you don't get overheated, lavender to just help give you another boost of relaxation. Also, it's really great for any sun damage if you get sunburnt. Balance is our grounding blend, so I like to just put Balance on every day, especially when I'm going out to the nature, because it just really helps provide a little more grounding. And then, of course, your sunscreen and water. You don't want to be without that. Oh, went way too fast. Hiking, biking, rock climbing, golf. Hydrating is key. Always make sure you have water. Add lemon or grapefruit or peppermint to your water. Peppermint's going to be very cooling. I love to take the Breathe with me when we go hiking, just to give my lungs some extra support. Once you get to the top of the mountain like these people are, you feel so accomplished, but sometimes you're a little winded and out of breath. So putting some peppermint or some Breathe oil right under your nose. And for those of you who have been to my classes, remember, if you find your collarbone and you go a couple fingers down, this is your pressure point here for your respiratory system. So you could apply some Breathe oil there as well. And that's just going to help, support your lungs as you're out there working hard. Peppermint, a couple of drops in your hand and inhaling will give you a nice pick-me upper before you, continue on hiking, or if you want to do it at the beginning of your day before you're out there doing some athletic activities. Applying Elevation, which is one of my favorite blends. It's a blend. It's kind of a citrusy blend, and I actually wear it as perfume a lot of days. It's called our Joyful Blend. So it really does provide a lot of joy to you. So if you're somebody who's stressed out or anxious, Elevation is a wonderful oil. Same with Citrus Bliss. Anything citrus related is going to be very uplifting to the mind and the body. So those are great to put on the bottom of your feet before venturing out. It's just going to give you a boost of energy and just kind of get you ready to take on nature. Cypress on the back of your calves will help support circulation and provide extra boost of energy. So if you're getting ready to go for a big hike or go on a bike ride, you could apply cypress to the back of your calves, and it's just going to help support all your muscles there. And then, of course, TerraShield, especially if you're out, camping or hiking. And then I take Correct-X too. We have like our little backpack that we keep all of our supplies in. I love that Correct-X. It's awesome. Then cooking, excuse me. Making your own marinades and dressings is so much healthier for you. A lot of dressings and marinades are full of sugar. They have carrier oils in there that are not so good for you, like canola oil or safflower oil. So I love to make my own. They also have a lot of gluten in there. So if you're somebody who's trying to eat a little clean and not eat any gluten products, or even soy for that matter, making your own is so great. I love to cook with lemon, lemongrass, thyme, oregano, rosemary, ginger, cumin, lime, cilantro. I cook with so many of the different oils, and the wonderful thing about it is that they last you so long because you only need one drop. Like the basil, sometimes I use basil when I'm making caprese salad. I still put a basil leaf just for the color, but what you do is you just get a toothpick and you kind of stick the toothpick in the basil and then apply that, and that's all you need is just a toothpick amount, because it's so strong and potent. Whereas like the cilantro, I made guacamole tonight. I put one whole drop in there and one whole drop of lime. I made some vodka sodas over the weekend that were delicious, and I did lime oil in them. Ginger, I love to make like a ginger teriyaki salmon or chicken. It's so, so good. So digestin, you always want to have digestin when you're out grilling. You know, if you, again, get an upset stomach or you feel a little bloated. Zendocrine, I personally have not tried, but I spent the weekend with some friends who had nothing but praises to say about it. They actually take it every day. So I'm going to put that on my order for July. It comes in an oil and a supplement, but then it also comes in an herbal complex. And the herbal complex is the one that they were speaking to specifically. And that's just a very good cleanser and detoxer for your organs. So it's great to support, especially your kidneys and your liver. So I'm going to go ahead and start incorporating that into our life just to help detox. You know, again, we tend to eat very clean, but we still eat so many things that just aren't made the way that they used to be. You know, and sometimes you get vegetables that may be contaminated with something, even though it may be organic, or, you know, where they're being imported from. And so the Zendocrine just really helps support all of your organs. And especially, you know, if you like to have a drink or two like we do, I think it's even better to support your organs with that too. And then the Terrazyme I've mentioned a couple times already. We take that on a daily basis as well. So here's a couple, excuse me, I've had like this little raspy cough the last couple days since the fire started, or has gotten worse. My throat's just so dry. So this is a cumin rainbow salsa, and you can see the picture here. And I love making this salsa. Here's the recipe for it, and you just do 1 drop of cumin. And the nice thing about the oils for cooking, you guys, is they last you forever. I mean, how many times do you buy dry seasonings, you know, like cumin or dill or rosemary or thyme, and they go bad so quick? Well, not bad, but they lose all their flavor. You know, they don't even have that aroma. And cooking with the oils, you know, those oils last forever, so they go a lot longer, and it just provides a much better flavor and aroma while you're using them. I personally like to serve this chilled, so it says to serve immediately or cover and refrigerate. I like to serve it chilled, so a lot of times what I do is, if I know I'm going to be in a rush, I'll throw the can of beans into the fridge and keep those in there while I'm, you know, doing whatever I need to do. So then it's cold and ready to serve if I need it right away. Otherwise, I'll make it ahead of time and just keep it in the fridge to chill. And you can eat it as a side dish. You can put it on top of salsa or fish or chicken, or you can eat it as a dip, like with chips and, you know, crackers or something. Lots of ways to serve it. And then this is a tangerine punch. With the tangerine essential oil. So it has strawberries, orange juice, and pineapples in there. And here's the recipe. And this has 3 drops of the doTERRA tangerine essential oil. So that sounds like super refreshing. I haven't actually made this specific one, but it just sounded really refreshing to me. Yes, I will be sending the documents out to everybody, and I'll also post it on the Facebook page. So after sun care, so Helichrysum is a natural SPF. It's good to protect light sun for about an hour or so. I definitely would not encourage like using Helichrysum and then, you know, sitting outside for 5 hours. But it is awesome to use, you know, if you're just gonna go on a quick walk with the dogs, or, you know, just do a couple quick errands. Immortelle, which is free this month. If anybody does a $200 order, you do a $200 order for the month of June, you get Immortelle for free. And this comes in a roller bottle. And let me grab the book because I don't remember exactly what's in it. This is one of the most useful oils that you can have. It's a very expensive oil. It's a $92 wholesale value, which you guys are all wholesale members. So that would be the price that you guys would pay. But you do get it for free this month if you place a 200 PV order. And the Mortel, it has frankincense, sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose. This literally makes your skin look radiant. They say it's one of the most useful oils. You can use it for emotions. You can use it for sunscreen. If, again, you're going to be out in the sun for just a short amount of time, you can use it post-sun. It's great for headaches. It's great for migraines. I actually used it after my son was born and I had some tearing from labor and delivery. I had it in a spray bottle with some coconut oil, and it helped heal my tearing like incredibly. I had very, very little pain after using it. Those oils in there are so beautifying for your skin. It's anti-aging oil, so it really helps get rid of those sunspots, those fine lines and wrinkles that we start to develop. I can't say enough good things about it. Also, myrrh, lavender, Correct-X, melaleuca, and aloe vera. If you do melaleuca and lavender together, those two are great to help get rid of sunburn. And you could just put a couple of drops in your hand and rub it wherever you've had a little too much sun. You can also mix it with some aloe vera, which will feel really nice. This is really important for safety and the convenience of doTERRA's customers, that you are aware of the photosensitive oils. So Aroma Touch, Breathe, Cheer, Citrus Bliss, Elevation, Forgive, Intune, Motivate, On Guard, Purify, Slim and Sassy, Sunny Citrus, and Zendocrine. Those are all the different blends. Bergamot, cumin, grapefruit, kumquat, lemon, lime, tangerine, and wild orange. If you're using any of these oils, you want to make sure you're only putting them on the bottom of your feet, taking them internally, or putting them where they're not going to be exposed to sun for at least 12 hours. They are photosensitive and they can create damage to the skin. So definitely take a mental note that anything that has citrus oils in it, all of those blends have some sort of citrus in them. Definitely make sure that you are not going into the sun or using them on your body where you're going to be in direct sun. Here's an after sun spray. So, you know, too much sun can cause irritation. So you could do aloe vera juice, or I personally just like aloe vera oil, or sometimes even witch hazel is really nice. This recipe is specifically called for lavender, melaleuca, and peppermint, because obviously the peppermint's going to help cool that sunburn. But just lavender and melaleuca alone are awesome to help get rid of that sunburn. Heat protection spray for your hair. So this is, I don't know, I just thought it was cool. It's more directed obviously towards like curling irons and hair dryers and straighteners. But as you're out in the sun, and if you tend to swim in chlorine a lot, or you're in the hot tub, or you know, whatever, I just thought it was a good recipe to have. I haven't tried it yet. I just found it when I was putting this presentation together, but I definitely want to try it because, you know, I tend to blow dry my hair and put some heat on it pretty often, at least several times a week. And then it says to use a little bit of the conditioner, which I love, love, love our shampoo and conditioner. It is so hydrating. It's thickened my hair. It's helped my hair growth. I love the shampoo and conditioner. And, you know, you're putting shampoo right onto your scalp. I mean, all those chemicals from shampoo and conditioner, they're absorbing right through your scalp, going right through your skin into your brain. So again, it's something toxic. It's going to, you know, affect your hormonal balance, your immune system, and just your overall health of your body. I love to do a cooling spray. I just take water in one of these spray bottles and fill it with water and about 20 drops of lavender and peppermint, and shake it before each use and spray it right on our face. I put it on our 2-year-old. We take it on the boat with us, hiking, camping, whenever we're going to be outside and I know it's hot. I love to make that spray. It's an awesome, awesome spray to just help cool your body down. And then I just found this as well on the doTERRA blog, which if nobody's looked up the doTERRA blog, if you Google doTERRA blog, it has a whole page of cooking recipes, do-it-yourself recipes, cleaning recipes. It has a whole page or a whole section of just do-it-yourself things. And this was one of the things about gardening. And so I'll let you guys read through this when I send it to you. But they also have testimonials of people within doTERRA who have shared some success stories. But these are some oils for your garden pests. Again, TerraShield, peppermint, cinnamon, white fir, thyme, geranium, cedarwood, lemongrass, arborvitae. And if you take vinegar, it makes an effective natural herbicide and weed killer. And if you apply lavender to soothe irritated skin associated with certain plants or bugs. I'll let you guys read those testimonials when I send it to you. But that kind of wraps up my presentation. Does anybody have any questions or want to share any stories or successes? And if anybody else has joined the call, please let me know. I see somebody that says iPad. I don't know who that is. Who's 508-8074?
That's me, Jenna. That's Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. You made it. Thanks for joining.
I know. I'm so sorry. The time change is different here, and so I got all messed up.
Oh, that's okay. Better late than never. I'm happy you joined.
Thank you.
Jenna, it's Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Hey, I switched from my phone to my iPad. I'm the iPad. I need to change it to my name, but so that I could see you. So I actually got through with the new code.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So Roxanne said she just signed up this weekend, actually. She got a kit, and she said, being new, I am amazed at all the ways you can use these oils. I am really excited. I'm super excited for you too, Roxanne. You know, that's the nice thing about the oils is that they are so multi-purpose. Is that the right word? They're used for so many things. I mean, they're so versatile, like lemon, lavender, and peppermint alone. They have 101 uses. So, you know, while a kit may be kind of pricey up front to kind of get started, that's the bulk of it. You only spend, you know, $100 or $150 to get that kit. And then you start getting the membership at a much cheaper price. And then it's your membership. So you can order as much or as little as you want. There's no requirement on how much you spend. You can do an order once every 3 months or once a year. I mean, it's your account. You can maximize your membership by doing a monthly order. And if you do a monthly order, you actually end up saving a lot more on the wholesale price because you actually accrue points. So like when you first do your second order after you've joined doTERRA, you earn 10% back on every order that you do through a loyalty rewards order. So let's say you did a $100 order, you'd automatically get $10 back. Plus you get your shipping for free, which is another 7 points. So automatically you have $17 that now sits in your account, and that will continue to accrue and accrue each month that you order to where you can then cash in those points for free product. So, you know, now that I've been with doTERRA for well over 5 years, I get 30% back. So when I spend $100, I automatically get $30 back every month plus my shipping. So I'm paying less than 55% off the retail price. So, you know, it's definitely an exciting time to get started with oils and, you know, just making sure that you're using a really good clean oil like doTERRA, especially in the diffuser or topically. And of course, internally, not many other oils can you take internally. So does anybody else have anything they want to share or any questions? Quiet.
Hi, Jenna. This is April.
Hi, April.
So I wanted to share with everybody, because I know you're aware, I had a hysterectomy. I'm 43 years old, and it put me into high menopausal state, so I was having major hot flashes. And the Clary Calm has literally saved my life for sleeping. When I was without it for a few weeks, I was dying. Now that I'm back on it again, I'm sleeping so much better. I have very few hot flashes now.
Which one was that?
The Clary Calm, it's in the roller, so I put it on my feet and my wrist, and then I'm using the Serenity as well.
Okay, perfect. My mom is going through that now, and hasn't been able to find anything to help her get some relief.
So here's a picture of it. I have mine in my purse, which is still in my car, but it's a roller ball called Clary Calm. And it's a mixture of clary sage, lavender, bergamot, chamomile, lang-ylang, cedarwood, geranium, fennel, and carrot seed. April, that's an awesome testimonial. Thank you so much for sharing. It's an oil that I use every single day. Whether you're just starting your cycle, whether you're on your cycle, whether you're premenopause, postmenopause, or if you've had hysterectomies, it's an oil for all women, no matter what stage of your life you're in. I use it. I used to use it just the week before my cycle and the week of my cycle to help, with PMS and emotions. But I've started using it every day, and I've noticed a huge difference with my stress levels. My hormones are starting to balance. It's actually made my period a lot lighter. It's almost taken my cramps away completely. It's a fantastic oil. But Roxanne, I don't know who you said you were thinking about using it for, but since you're pregnant, you would not want to use that one because it has clary sage in it, and that actually can activate labor. So you don't want to use
Oh, yeah, it was for my mom because she's been struggling with menopause.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that would be a great oil for her to try then. Thanks for sharing that, April.
You're welcome.
So Roxanne said, I can't wait to try the drink recipes. I plan on getting a couple oils a month to build up a good variety. Or what others do you recommend? So really, that's the wonderful thing about having the membership. And I do encourage people to do a monthly order and do it based on your budget. If you can only spend $20 a month, still order an oil or two for $20 a month. I mean, lemon is only $10. So when you do a monthly order, it's a great way to accrue oils to your collection, but it also, you're earning points. So before you know it, you're going to have $100 worth of doTERRA dollars that you've accrued for the last few months to where then you can cash it in. So really that's a hard kind of question to answer because when I first started, I wanted all of them and I wanted them all immediately, and I should have just bought the diamond kit because then I would have been set with everything that I am now using and loving. But obviously, I didn't know that 6 years ago. But what I encourage people to do is start going through the book and read on doTERRA.com and, participate in my doTERRA Facebook page. And, I try and share as much information as possible, and I try and share all of my favorites. And, just start with ordering one or two oils. There's really no good place to start. I mean, for you, Roxanne, you have some anxiety and stress like I do. I'm very, very familiar with those emotions. So for me, like balance, sandalwood, peace, breathe, serenity, frankincense, those are all great oils to help with your emotions, but so are the vitamins too. For me taking the vitamins, I saw a huge decrease in my stress and anxiety levels. Of course, I still have them. Some days are better than others, but those are definitely things that I found to be very useful. So I encourage people to just, do what you can and ask questions. I mean, part of this membership is you get me as a mentor and support person. So I definitely encourage you to share testimonials on the Facebook page. It's a safe place for you to post, private or personal questions. You have to be added to the group by myself, or, if you have a friend, you're welcome to add your friend to the page. But it's a great safe place where you can, share information and ask questions. Anybody else have anything? All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. Like I said, you have until the end of the month if anybody wants to take advantage and get that Mortel. It is free with a $200 order, so now's a great time to take advantage of that. For those of you who are new to this call, it's an 8-week series, and it's every other Monday night. So tonight's the second call we've done. And the next call, I'm skipping July 3rd because of the holiday weekend, but I'm going to do the following week. So the next call will be July 10th. And every other week is a different topic, and it ranges, from stress and emotions to summer essentials. I'm going to do a class on babies and kids. Every week is a different topic. So the next one will be July 10th, and that topic will go over the monthly rewards program, which is your monthly order in a little more detail. And then every month, doTERRA gives away a free oil of the month. So I always like to talk about that. So especially for people who are new, that you learn about what that oil is to see if it's an oil that you would like to get for free. So that will be the next call. I try and keep the calls limited to, about an hour, about half hour of me talking, and then open the floor to you guys having questions and answers. Tonight it went a little longer because of the technical difficulties, but for those of you who participate in every call for the whole series, I keep track of everybody's name, and I put a check next to your name if you attend each class. I do give out a little gift, and just to say thank you for joining me and participating with me. And I love nurturing people through the oils and supporting you guys, and education is a big part of it. So I hope to see you back on July 10th. If anybody has any questions, definitely feel free to ask. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenna.
Bye.
Good job, Jenna.